Today we are talking about what fat burner is the best. What fat burner do we use? What fat burner do we think you should use? And what fat burner is going to be the fat incinerator of them all? Man, I got two in my hand right here. Aren't you curious which one it is? Man, none. I'm going to save you $40 a month right now. Now, I am going to talk about the science of fat burners, and I am going to talk about some situations where maybe it could be a decent idea. But basically, fat burners are all going to be under some form of stimulant. And I went through a whole thing through the ISSA, learned about fat burners, and what they had is the old ECA stack, ephedra, caffeine, aspirin. Ephedra is now illegal. But basically, ephedra would come in and it would be a stimulant. It would stimulate your adrenal glands, activate your sympathetic nervous system. Anytime you activate your sympathetic nervous system, your body wants to calm it down. So it would send prostaglandins in to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and bring you back down. Because here's the thing, stimulants like caffeine, they do have fat oxidizing effects. They are glucose sparing, and there's some decent data behind using stimulants to increase performance, to increase fat oxidation. So anyway, then what would happen was the aspirin would block this prostaglandin. So you'd stay up in this higher state. Then your body would release another prostaglandin, and the caffeine would block that prostaglandin. And what was happening is extreme adrenal fatigue. Now, here's the thing, is the reason I don't recommend fat burners is, one, if you don't have the habits and the macronutrient distribution and everything needed, then you're chasing the 1% here. So many people, they give up the 99% to chase the 1%. It makes no sense. Number two reason why I don't suggest these is you're taking fat burners, you just don't know it. You're taking forms of caffeine probably for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you drink coffee, if you drink Starbucks, if you do pre-workout supplements. So I would really only recommend a fat burner if your caffeine is already very, very low. Now here's the thing, if your caffeine is very, very low and now you mega dose with stimulants, it's not gonna be a good response. I remember the first time I took my first fat burner, we called EMS. I'm not even joking. We called EMS, I thought I was having a heart attack, okay? Because again, you're introducing a lot of CNS stimulants, central nervous system stimulants, activating that sympathetic nervous system. Think of how else you're activating your sympathetic nervous system, stress. Basically, what fat burners do is they're going to stress your adrenal glands. And there's some positives that go along with that. But unless you can say, I live a pretty stress-free life, like, hey, I don't have crying children at home that I'm taking care of. I don't have financial responsibilities that sometimes stress me out. I don't have, a religious deity that I'm trying to fulfill their calling that stresses me out. It doesn't stress me out to be the best mom or best dad or best husband or best wife. So if you have very little stress and your caffeine is low, sure, you have like 2 vanity pounds that you need to lose. It's just kind of sticking there. A fat burner may not be a bad idea. But most of us, our adrenal glands are going 24/7, and all that fat burner is going to do is further stress those adrenal glands.